What is up, guys? Give me one sec. Um, Let me check the audio. Okay, it's good. As always, it's in the red again. There we go. No, yellow. Now red, yellow, red, yellow. Saying it. Now it's green. Now it's back to yellow, green, and the stream's good. Okay. As always, uh, I'm just too. I'm too. I guess I'm too based. I'm not really big on uh calling yourself based and stuff. But I mean, hey, if the stream can't handle me, I don't know what else to call myself. It can't handle a good red pill every once in a while. But I wanted to get a couple stories tonight. One of them being especially this one story here from the Atlantic that I actually wasn't planning on going live tonight. Um, because I had some stuff I was gonna do, but then I saw this story, and I was like, yes, I have to talk about this because this is give me one sec. Let me okay. So this is a story from the Atlantic that I want to get to, and we'll get to a couple other stories later on tonight that I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about I want to talk about the Capitol, uh, the January 6th committee, as well as Simone Biles. I want to get to that later, but first I want to cover this Atlantic piece on Mike Lindell. Let me pull it up here. Hopefully, sharing the screen doesn't kill the stream. I'm gonna I'm gonna test my audio real quick when I share the screen because I was having some problems with the audio when I shared the screen. So give me a sec. I hope it sounds good. Okay. Okay, it sounds good. Anyway, this is the Atlantic article. It says the My Pillow guy really could destroy democracy. At this time I spent with Mike Lindell, I came to learn that he's affable, devout, philanthropic, and a clear threat to the nation. The My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, is a clear threat to the nation, according to the Atlantic. This guy sells pillows, I believe blankets, I think sheets as well. I think he started selling towels. And he simply voiced his opinions over the election. And they are literally freaking out about this. He's literally going to destroy the nation. He's a clear threat to the nation simply for voicing some opinions. Just when you contemplate the end of democracy in America, democracy is cringe, okay? What kind of person do you think will bring it about? Maybe you picture a sinister billionaire in a bespoke suit, slipping brown envelopes to politicians. Maybe your nightmare is a rogue general hijacking the nuclear football. Maybe you think of a booted thug leading a horde of men in white sheets, all carrying burning crosses. Usually, I don't just sit there and contemplate the end of democracy in America. Here's what you probably don't imagine: an affable, self-made Midwesterner, one of those goofy businessmen who made his own infomercials. Actually, this is actually where I first knew about the My Pillow guy, was through his infomercials. Um, I remember he would do stuff. He would have infomercials like on Saturday mornings, like during like cartoons and stuff. And when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought he was annoying. Honestly, now I kind of, I mean, I like him now, but I know him better. I just knew him as the My Pillow guy who just kind of, he wasn't really shouting. He was just kind of like talking like this about My Pillow. Go buy My Pillow, and it was like it was the annoying My Pillow guy when I was younger. So yes, this is where I first knew him, was through his infomercials. A recovered crack addict, no less, who laughs naturedly when jokes are made at his expense. A man who will talk to anyone willing to listen, and to many who aren't. A philanthropist, a good boss, a patriot, or so he says, who may well be doing more damage to American democracy than anyone since Jefferson Davis. You know the real people destroying democracy? I can tell them right here. The swamp and big tech and all these little idiots who just go along with everything they say. They just hate Mike Lindell because this man is so red pilled. Okay, he's so based. He's just based. I'm sorry. Like when you look up based in the dictionary, you probably see a picture of Mike Lindell. That's how based he is. And that's why they hate him. They can't. They hate anyone who's realized that the stuff you see in mainstream media, the stuff you see on social media, all that, it's all garbage. And they're afraid of people who will who will expose them. So they openly mock and talk how dangerous they are. They need to be censored. They need to be stopped. And I think uh Mike Lindell is pretty censored. I don't think he's on. I think they banned him from Twitter. And I don't know if he's on Instagram or not. I was following him on Instagram. I haven't checked in. I'll have to check. I think he was banned on Instagram as well. Yeah, but basically it's just banning them because you're seeing through their lies. So to them you're too dangerous. And that's why they hate people like Mike Lindell. I mean, honestly, think about it. They're literally saying this dude is the most dangerous person in America right now. He will destroy our country. Mike Lindell. I mean, honestly, think about this for a second. What? This is a guy who makes pillows and voiced his opinion. And the funniest thing is, the left is all about getting businesses involved with politics, and that's why I think the world would be much better if all businesses were just out of politics. We don't need politics in every single thing we do. You know what? I would prefer just going to a store, buying everything I need, and walking out instead of being Black Lives Matter. Oh, like all this stuff. And it's like, just can we not ruin everything with politics? But the left is so big on pushing uh these businesses and all these corporations and whatnot into politics. They have to make political statements. They have to say Black Lives Matter. They have to post a black square. They have to do this. They have to do that. I mean, they hated. I think they got mad at like Home Depot for like not making a. I believe they. I can't remember the exact story. It was when Ben Shapiro went and bought just a piece of wood from the store. But I believe the media was going after Home Depot. I believe because Home Depot said it wasn't going to make a statement. It wasn't going to get involved in politics, and it wasn't going to make a statement. I believe on voter suppression. I believe that's what it was. So it's not even like they made a statement against the mainstream media. They just said we're not going to get involved, and the mainstream media attacked them. But when someone, so like I said, I think it would be better for everyone, overall if businesses were involved in politics. But when someone, but they want business to be involved in politics. They want all these people to, like I said, post Black Square, hashtag Black Lives Matter in their profiles on social media and whatnot. But when someone says, actually, I'll voice my politics, but I'll go against them, I'll have opposing views, they go freaking crazy. And this is how they treated the My Pillow guy. I mean, you may not agree with him, like you might be a lib, and you might not agree with him, but you're gonna sit here and tell me he's the greatest threat to democracy, to America, simply because I this is why I had the live stream tonight. Because this is just so utterly mind blowing. Like, ow, it's obviously an attack on him. That's all it is. It's meant just to attack him. They're gonna treat him just like they treated people like Alex Jones. It's just a hit piece. It goes on to talk about some more stuff. Uh, I'm trying to get to where um it talks a little more about his personal life. Yeah, even in this group, Lindell stands out. And now Lindell is spending on more than just advertising. Last January, on the 9th, he says carefully, placing the date around the 6th, a group of still unidentified concerned citizens brought him some computer data. These were allegedly packet captures, intercepted data providing that the Chinese Communist Party altered. I'm not gonna. I can't say it on YouTube, but you guys can see it here. It's up on the screen. You know what the Chinese did in all 50 states. This is conspiracy theory. Many elaborate than the perpetrated Venezuelan manipulation of voting machines. More improbable than the allegation that millions of supposedly fake ballots were mailed in. This one was potentially profound geopolitical implications. That's why Lindell has spent money, a lot of it, tens of millions, he told me, validating the packets. And it's why he's planning to spend a lot more. Starting on August 10th, he's holding a 3-day symposium in Sioux Falls because he admires South Dakota's gun-toting Governor Kristi Noem, where the validators, whoever they are, will present their results publicly. He has invited all interested computer scientists, university professors, elected federal officials, foreign officials, reporters, and editors to the symposium. He has booked, he says variously, 1,000 hotel rooms or all the hotel rooms in the city to accommodate them. I mean, it's honestly, all they're talking about is his claims of election fraud. It's a long article. That's honestly all it's about. It's about how bad he is because he challenges the mainstream. Only the ending of it, because I'm not going through this whole thing. What will happen if Lindell's ideological all-American predicted in a dream absolute certainty runs to a wall, skepticism, disbelief, or even worse, disinterest? History is anything to go by? Nothing. Nothing will happen. He will not admit he is wrong. He will not stop believing. He will not understand that he was conned out of the millions who has spent validating fake data. He will not understand that his company is having trouble with retailers because so many people are repulsed by his ideas. He will not understand that people attack him because they think what he says is dangerous and could lead to violence. He will instead rail against the perfidy of the media, the left, the communists in China. This is exactly why they hate him. He is against. His rhetoric. What he is saying goes against the media, the left, and the communists in China. That's why they hate it. That's this sentence right here sums up the whole article. We just summed up the whole article in one sentence. It's a hit piece, and why they hate him is because he goes against the mainstream. Certainly, he will not stop believing that Trump won the 2020 election. The apocalypse has been variously predicted for the past 500 years, based on the dimensions of Noah's Ark, and whatever. Lindell mostly speaks in long, rambling monologues filled with allusions and grievances. He circles back again and again to electoral fraud, the campaigns against him, to particular interviews and articles that he disputes, some of it only barely comprehensible unless you've been following his frequent media appearances, which I have not. At one moment, was there a hint that the performances were more artful than they appeared? I asked him about the events on January 6th. He immediately grew more precise. I was not there, by the grace of God. Said he was doing media events elsewhere, he said. Nor did he want to talk about what happened that day. I think that there are a lot of things I'm not going to comment on because I don't want that to be your story. To sum up in one word what happened on January 6th, I will say feds. That's what happened on January 6th. But this is how long, it's probably, I would say, a good 15 pages or so of all they're doing. The whole purpose of it is to hate on him. That's all it is. Like I said, even if you don't agree with this man, you're going to sit here and tell me that this guy with a pillow is the dangerous thing to America and will bring its downfall. It's all a hit piece. It's all it is. It's all this is. It's to make people hate him even more, doubt him, and cast him out of society because his views are dangerous. There was something trending on Twitter earlier today. It was hashtag make Tucker pay. I believe that's what it was. And so there was a clip from Tucker Carlson's show where he basically blamed COVID-19 on Fauci. Now, in reality, he's not necessarily wrong, but the left on Twitter went crazy. They were literally saying, cancel him, take him off the air. There were people saying stuff like the FBI should take down his show simply because he questioned the narrative, simply because he went against the mainstream media. Well, the Fox is kind of mainstream media, but the mainstream, simply because Tucker went against Dr. Fauci. It's all summed up. The reason why they hate people like Mike Lindell, the reason why they hate people like Tucker Carlson, the reason why they hate Alex Jones, the reason why they hate you and me, is not really because we're horrible people, as they try to pin us out to be. It's simply because we challenge the narrative, and it makes it more difficult for them to just push their narrative on everyone else and silence anyone who doesn't agree. I talked about this yesterday. The biggest threat to the United States right now is big tech. Okay, it's kind of funny because I just talked about this yesterday, and now here's the Atlantic trying to tell us that Mike Lindell is the biggest threat to America right now because he questioned the 2020 election. Because questioning, saying, not everything looks right here, caused the riot on January 6th. Listen, I might be doing a video soon on the whole January 6th and the voter fraud claims and whatnot. Soon. I might do it on Rumble though. So I will have a Rumble video out this Saturday, maybe on COVID. It's either on COVID or January 6th. I'll do one of them. You can comment down below which one you want. Oh, actually, you probably shouldn't. I mean, you have to make it quick though, because I'll probably film it tomorrow. Anyway, that's beyond the point. I kind of forgot what I was saying. But I'll just go back. They hate him simply because he's questioning something. They said, "Hey, look at this. This seems a little weird right here." And then the media says, "No, you can't talk about that. We're gonna kick you off. Go, leave. You even mentioned it. Leave." My channel has had my main channel has gotten it's gotten a warning and 2 strikes. Simply, I did not even, in reality, I didn't even question the election. I simply played a video of Trump, and in the video, he claimed election fraud. And I might agree with him, but I didn't say anything in the video. I simply played a clip of Trump saying something about election fraud, and then I played it in 2 separate videos. So I got a warning and then a strike on those 2 videos because the warning was my first time, and then a couple months later, I got a strike for reading that Times article about how they verified the election. It's all a joke. Honestly, it's just all a joke. I'm gonna say it one more time. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, is not the danger to America. Okay? I would even say the right itself is not a danger to America. My biggest problem with what I think is the biggest problem with America is big tech, and then you got the I talked about this in yesterday's live stream, and you've got China and the swamp in DC. But it like blows my mind that they're even trying to say this simply because he questions something. You're not allowed to do that. You can't do it. It's a dangerous. Thoughts are dangerous. And questioning things leads to violence, obviously. And that's why I want to go to the Capitol, the January 6th hearings that are happening. And there is a Capitol police officer. Well, the whole thing's a joke, too. Like I said, I'll probably do a video. I'll cover some of the stuff from that. More stuff from this. But the whole thing's a joke. It's there for is to make people emotional. When you have a black police officer literally sobbing because he claims he got called the N-word. Like, yeah, I don't think you should go around calling people the N-word. Now, do you have the right to? Yes. Do I agree with it? No, I don't think you should say it, but you still can say it. But honestly, you're gonna sit there and sob because someone said some bad things to you? Someone called you a bad word? A bad name? All it's there to do, and I don't even know for sure if he even was called that. Please show me the video footage. I would love to see it. The only video footage I believe that we've seen of January 6th is from people's phones. People that were there recording it. What? There's cameras all over the place. Why haven't we not seen footage yet? All this is to do. They're not showing us footage. They're just making claims. They're making statements, going out there crying about it. Like I said, it's to get you emotional, so it makes you stupid, and you just accept it at face value. This is the whole purpose of this. Everything they're out there sobbing like little babies because they want to make they're playing on your emotions because they just want you to believe everything they say with no proof at all. But a January 6th Capitol police officer says January 6th was a bigger threat to America than 2020 riots across America. I'll pull it up. Speaking on CNN with Don Lemon on Wednesday, Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn asserted that the Capitol riot on January 6th was a bigger threat to America than the riots across the country in the summer of 2020. Yeah, according to them, the January 6th was the worst thing to ever happen in American history. They claim, this was them, this is CNN, this is MSNBC, this is mainstream media, this is the Democrat Party, this is all the lefties. They claim January 6th was worse than the Civil War, worse than Lincoln assassination, worse than Kennedy assassination, worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than 9/11. Those are all, I think, all pretty bad things. Assassinations of presidents, a civil war, and then a terrorist attacks on our country. And this is worse. So, without all the crying and sobbing, what actually happened on January 6th? Honestly, what happened? So what we know, even let's say no feds were involved, which is I highly doubt. But let's just even say there's no feds at all. What happened? You had a group of a couple hundred Trump supporters break into the Capitol and do what? What do? They messed up some of the desks. They put their feet on the desks. They fought with some police officers. Well, that was before they got into the Capitol. I'm not saying, like, honestly, I kind of think it was dumb. Like, I don't know what they're expecting to do. Like, they were all unarmed. At least they didn't have any firearms. Like, I honestly don't know what they're expecting to do. So the whole execution and everything was pretty dumb. But it was not that bad. We saw much worse over much worse. But they don't want you to remember about that. They want you to totally forget all of it. Because this January 6th was the worst thing that's ever happened in America. This over there it's really bad. Forget about the over $1 billion caused in damage by BLM. And it's still going on. There's still Antifa. I'm pretty sure there's still riots going on in Portland and whatnot, because Portland's a hellhole. But January 6th was the worst thing that's ever happened. It was bigger than 2020 riots. I'm pretty sure this Capitol police officer was tweeting like in support of BLM during the riots. I'm pretty sure. I heard something about that. Everyone is allowed to have a different political view. The Capitol police officer said, "That's what makes America America. That's what makes America a democracy. America is not a democracy." Okay? How many times do I have to say it? It's just not. The biggest lie by the mainstream media and the Democrat Party is that America is a democracy. It's not. Democracy sucks. It's a constitutional republic. I said this, and I continue to stand by it. That as long as people are emboldened by people in power, there's still a threat of things to happen. No, this is what happened. You, the Democrat Party, and the mainstream media covered for BLM during the 2020 riots. And that told everyone else that, hey, we're allowed to do whatever the hell we want. Because look what they just did. For months, they destroyed major U.S. cities, burned cities to the ground. As the media stood there, like, "Oh yeah, this is fine," like the dog, like "this is fine" meme. Like that's how the mainstream media was. That's how the Democrats were because for racial justice, there is no justice about it. BLM is just as bad as the KKK. All they did was destroy. And then this one time, something happens from the right riot, because the whole summer they were told it's fine, it's for justice. So the right riots one time, and it's worst thing that's ever happened in America. Like I say, it's okay to have different opinions, but don't fight like hell or march down to the Capitol. Actually, if they just marched down to the Capitol, that would have been fine. And guess what? They have every right just to march down to the Capitol. First Amendment protest is what the country is about. First Amendment, the Constitution, that's the democracy of it. It's not a democracy! Oh my gosh! But once you start attacking people, attacking things, then that's wrong. Oh, like the over $1 billion worth of damage caused over the summer by BLM. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's okay if you burn down a building because capitalism. Capitalism is evil. And that, you know what? That goes to riots this summer. They were wrong. If you peacefully protesting, sure. But the riots and violence and the damage this summer, they were wrong. They were wrong. That's the exact same thing that happened in the Capitol. But their goal was to overthrow democracy, which is a bigger threat to America. Okay. Where were you when BLM was attacking government buildings, burning down police stations, going into local Capitol buildings, state Capitol buildings? Where were you then? Were they overthrowing democracy? No, it was a peaceful protest. On Tuesday, in his testimony for Congress, Dunn stated, if a hitman is hired and he kills somebody, the hitman goes to jail. But not only does the hitman go to jail, the person who hired them does. There was an attack carried out on January 6th. Hitman sent them. I want you to get to the bottom of that. Trump did not send them. How many times do I have to go over this? I don't have the footage up at the moment, but I played it before on the show. Trump, they always say, the mainstream media always clips the parts where Trump says, fight like hell and march down to the Capitol. But they conveniently clip out the part where he says, we are going to peacefully and patriotically march down to the Capitol. If he wanted them to riot, why didn't he say, go riot? Lemon asked Dunn, the hitman and the person who hired them, who sent them there? Do you think? Who do you think sent them there? Like, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not one to speculate, so I like to stick to facts. There was literally a rally at the White House saying to go down to the Capitol, fight like hell. That's not my words. That's what they did. This whole January 6th commission, as I said, is a bunch of BS. All they're doing is whining like children because something happened that they don't like. Over the summer, it was fine. Over the summer, it was peaceful. It was great that they were burning down, that BLM was burning and destroying, like I said, over $1 billion worth of damage over the summer. Where were these people then? I wanted to close the show with this one story here. So, it was Simone Biles. So, I don't know this full story. I don't know every aspect of the story, but I'm gonna try to explain what as far as I understand. Basically, Simone Biles, a really talented, really great. I mean, she's really good at what she does. Uh, I just gymnast. Okay, I forgot the word for a second. Gymnast. She's in the Olympics. Like, she's obviously good at what she does. She dropped out of a competition. She said, "No, I'm not going to do this. I don't. I think there's certain reasons. I can't remember the certain reason. It's I'm honestly I don't care. I think I'm fine with it. Like, whatever. If you don't want to do it, okay. There. That's why there's other people on the team for you. Like, if you say, I think she was saying she wasn't feeling well. I can't remember. She said she had like she was nervous or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But basically, what I know is she said, hey, I'm gonna set this one out. And if it just ended there, I've been fine. Like, I honestly don't care. I haven't watched the Olympics. I don't care. Like, okay, like, you're gonna sit it out, whatever. But then the mainstream media comes in and praises her for being a quitter, for saying, I quit. She's so brave for saying, no, she's not. You're not brave for saying that you quit. If you want to quit, that's fine. But she's not brave for doing it. And then, there. I mean, like I said, I don't care, but I also don't think she's that brave for doing it. There's some people who took it a little farther. And I kind of agreed with him, but then Charlie Kirk took it like a step further. I was kind of agreeing with him, but then he called like Simone Biles like a sociopath. Like, what did he say? Like, so he called her like a sociopath and a loser. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't go there. Like, if she doesn't want to do it, go ahead, sit out. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yes, you quit. You're so brave. You're not brave. It's not brave to quit, okay? It's not. But then, like, the women's gymnastic team comes out and says, we don't own anyone a gold medal. Actually, you do, because that's your job. Your whole job is to represent your country in the Olympics and win gold for yourself, your team, and your country. That's kind of your job. So that's where you're wrong. Your whole point is to win the gold. But at the end of the day, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. Uh, most of these, at least for the Olympics, most of the U.S. has made a mockery. The U.S. teams have made mockeries of the U.S. Gone woke. They suck, especially the women's soccer team. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really care. That's why I was like, whatever. If she doesn't want to do it, like, whatever. But I'm also not gonna call you brave for quitting. And that's one of the things like feminists do a lot. Where like anything a woman does is brave. Like, if you're an independent woman, you're brave. You're strong. It's like, no, this doesn't mean anything. If you don't get married, you're brave and strong. No, that doesn't make you brave and strong for doing it. Like, anything, I mean, even just not even doing things, just existing. To the feminists, you're brave and strong. The feminists have really just dumbed down the whole meaning of bravery and strength, and they've kind of just ruined it. Where it's like, okay, there are certain things that make people strong. There are certain things that make people brave. It's doing something for the, I would say, doing something for the greater good, even though something bad could happen to you. It's not a good definition, but it's, something, you're doing something, that is for the greater good, even though it might not end up well for you. That's what I say bravery as. It's strength. It's selfless sacrifice. That's what I see as bravery and strength. not this feminist dumbed down version for it, where if you basically exist, then you're a brave and strong human being. But as anything, the feminists ruin most things, just like this. I mean, if anyone was brave and strong, or brave, I would say, it would be Mike Lindell. Not necessarily that Simone Biles sucks. Like, obviously, she's great at what she does, and I obviously couldn't do that. But she's not brave and strong simply for quitting. Quitters aren't brave. Saying, "Oh, I don't want to do it." Like I said, I don't care. Like if she didn't want to do it, but don't call her brave because it's not brave. It's like if sometimes I'll be feeling under the weather, and I might not. I usually make videos almost every day. If there's some days when I feel a little under the weather, where I'm not able to make a video, and I'll usually say, hey, I'm not. I usually post like on my social media, like, hey, I'm not able to make a video today. I mean, I don't think you guys hate me for it. I mean, at least I hope you don't. But you're also not being like, oh, you're so brave for not making a video. Honestly, I'm not here like sitting like saying I'm so brave, but it would be more brave for me to make a video because most of the videos I make are challenging the mainstream. It's challenging the narrative the mainstream media is pushing out, which they hate. And they do stuff to people like that, like Mike Lindell. I'm not here saying like I'm like the bravest guy. I'm just saying it's more brave for me to not make make a video than to not make a video. It's not a good analogy, but you get what I'm saying. It's not brave to quit. It's it's honestly kind of pathetic, like how they're treating this. Like, oh my gosh, she's so brave. Anyway, that's about it for tonight. If you like this video, any of my content, and you want to help support the channel, just hit the like button and subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel. The main channel is linked in the description below. You can also check out my Rumble. Like I said, I might not do a live stream tomorrow, and that's because I'll be filming a Rumble video for Saturday. So I have to film it and edit it and whatnot. So I might not, but I might not do a live stream tomorrow night as well. And but there will be a Rumble video up Saturday at noon on my Rumble. Again, link in the description. And you can find me. I might do live. I've done one live stream so far on Trovo, which is like a smaller platform. You can follow me there as well. And you can follow me on Gab, Minds, Twitter, Instagram, or Gitter. Also linked in the description below. See ya.